album. Like y'all want her to do another Thank You Next. I want her to do another Dangerous Woman. I need her to do another Dangerous Woman. Actually, it's not a want, it's a need. What is up? It's your girl Alicia, back with another video. How are you doing? Because I'm doing great. And as you can see by the title, y'all, we are going to be ranking Ariana Grande albums. Now, let's just talk. Care Bear to Care Bear, Angels to Angels. That's what I'm gonna call y'all. Like, I know it was Care Bears at first, but I like Angels too because of Earth Angel. And if you don't know what Earth Angel is, it's my EP that I put out a couple months ago. So if you want to stream that, you can stream that everywhere. But anyway, I'm calling y'all Care Bears or Angels, whatever y'all refer to, whatever y'all feel in your heart, that's what y'all are. But anyways, yes, I know it's been a long time. It feels like a long time. Honestly, I've taken longer hiatuses, but this one feels like forever, and I honestly don't know why. I have so many updates, so before we get into the main video, I just want to update y'all on some things. And also, y'all, if the hair is frizzy, I know, so you don't have to tell me in the comments because I already know. The EP is coming. It's still coming, y'all. If y'all didn't see my community post, I was explaining that I was feeling under the weather, so I stopped recording music, I stopped recording videos. I just stopped and tried to, you know, get myself better. And also, I've just been feeling a little down, if I'm being honest with y'all. Unmotivated, X, Y, and Z, everything I said in the community post. But yes, I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm ready to work. I'm ready to sit down, talk to y'all, have a cute little key. Yeah, so the EP is still coming. I am going to be doing the Q&A. The Q&A is coming very soon. I'm going to be putting out the Q&A along with the third single. So look out for the third single. It's called Desperado. If y'all didn't know, there are snippets on my TikTok, my second account. I think it's at Alicia Nicole, so y'all can go follow me on there and follow my main account where I do covers. So if y'all want to see the single, y'all can see the single there. But yeah, we are going to be ranking Ariana Grande albums. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So y'all, I have streamed nothing but Ariana Grande last week. Literally from Tuesday to Saturday, it was Ariana Grande. And when I tell y'all, my opinions fluctuated so much. Like, I'm actually gagged how much my opinions changed. Also, y'all, I'm going to be doing my makeup because I'm going to be filming a video. It is going to be another installment of I Watched Blank, so you don't have to. And today's pick of the week is Descendants. But we'll get into that on the other video. Today, we're talking about Ariana Grande. I literally went through all 7 albums and listened top to bottom. I listened to it top to bottom, and when I tell y'all, Miss Ariana Grande, like her discography, it was so hard to rank because all her songs are good, in my opinion. So I think the metric, what we're going to be basing my opinion off of, is going to be how cohesive the album really is. Also a sprinkle of how much I love the era, because I feel like my opinions before I went into a deep dive of listening to her albums was really predicated on the era. Like, I really was just basing it off of, oh, this is the era I liked the most. But I wasn't taking album into consideration, because here's the thing, y'all, singles and albums are two different things. An album is a full body of work, a full collective story of songs. Singles are just singles, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're standalones. So I really wanted to base my ranking based off of if I thought the album in a whole was good. Now, if y'all want me to do song ratings or do a song ranking of Miss Ariana Grande, let me know in the comments below, because I will go through every single Ariana Grande song and do an actual tier list for y'all. I will, because that's how much I love my girl. And yes, I know she's been dealing with a lot of controversy recently, but we're here on my Arianators. We're just here to have a cute key and look back on some eras. So are y'all ready? So I just wanted to share with y'all my ranking before I listened to all the albums, just to let y'all know where my mindset was. So this, I'm just gonna put it up on the screen right here. It's gonna change. I was gonna have notes and do a whole ordeal, but I was like, I just want to film this video. Like, I really just wanted to talk to y'all because honestly, it's been so long. I was like, I miss y'all. Like, I just want to talk to y'all. I did put my ranking in the notes, so I think I'm gonna start from least favorite to favorite. Ooh, I am so nervous because like y'all, I don't know how controversial this ranking is going to be, but anyways, starting with spot 7, we have Miss My Everything. Now, when I sat down, like I said, and listened to every single album from Yours Truly down to Eternal Sunshine. So, starting with My Everything, she was something. I remember My Everything being Ariana Grande's breakout, like, I'm that girl pop star-esque era, because the Yours Truly era, which we will be getting into later, was more of an introduction. My Everything, I remember it being like, oh, she cemented herself as I'm that girl. That's what I remember. I remember Problem being on that album. I remember Love Me Harder being on that album. Like, I really felt like this was the era of breakthrough Ariana Grande songs. However, this album was iconic, but it was all over the place. I'm sorry. And y'all, honestly, I don't even know if I should be making this video because from my last video, when I made Camila Cabello video, a lot of people were upset at me. A lot of people were coming for me in the comments, as I knew it would happen, as I knew it would be. And I'm like, dang, I really ruffled some feathers. Like, Camila Cabello's fan base, y'all are on it. And I was like, wow, like, should I take this video down? But then I was like, no, because it was an opinion. It was an opinion, and I was like, you know what? I'm keeping this video up because I did not slander Camila's name. I didn't say nothing out of pocket about her. I just was stating an opinion. So I do want to preface this video by saying, I should have said this in the beginning, this is my opinion. You do not have to agree, and you can also share your opinion politely in the comments below if you would like, because I love saying other people's opinions. Like, my opinion is fact. My opinion is a fact. So let's just get that out of the way. Also, y'all, if I'm sniffling throughout this video, it is because I'm recovering from a cold. So please bear with me. Anyways, back to My Everything. My Everything was very cute, and it also holds a lot of my favorite Ariana Grande songs. Literally, from One Last Time, Best Mistake, Love Me Harder, like Only One, like all the songs eat on this album. And that was the trickiest part of me doing this ranking, was all I could think was, this album eats. And that's why I was higher on my list. In the beginning, because all I remember is all the songs ate off this album. However, the songs don't go together if you really think about it. Like, we have R&B-ana, we have Poppy-ana, like it's two different vibes. And I felt like this album didn't know who she was. I felt like this album was confused on who she was. Therefore, that's why she is in the bottom. She has her bottom spot on the pyramid. Oh, I wanted to do a cute little pyramid, but I'm like, I don't have anything to put paper on. Like, literally, that would have worked out. But My Everything, she was cute. She was fun. She was an era. She was an break free. She was an era. We have a Break Free and Problem on the same album. But let me ask you this. Does Break Free and Problem sound like they should be on the same album? No. It's two different sounds. And that's not to say, and this, I don't want y'all to take this the wrong way. Albums can have different sounds. That's not what I'm getting at. Because honestly, I love when an album can mix it up, change it up, do what she does. Just listen to Rina Sawayama. Go listen to Rina Sawayama, actually. Go listen to Rina Sawayama and specifically listen to her first album, Sawayama. I think it's her first album. Don't fact check me, but I think that's her first album. Go listen to that. Because there's so many different genres. However, it worked. Sawayama worked. It was a masterpiece. My Everything was a masterpiece too. Don't get it wrong. I just felt like she is the bottom contender of today. That's all I have to say on my everything. My favorite tracks off of my everything, I will be putting my three favorite tracks for each album, and I'm gonna put it here. These are my top three. Tell me what y'all top three is for each album. I want to know. Moving on, y'all. Okay, this is fun. Okay, moving on to the 6th spot on the Ariana Grande rankings, we have Mispositions. Now this breaks my heart. This actually breaks my heart because when I tell y'all, when Positions came out, I was in a specific time in my life. Everyone was. It was beginning of the pandemic, 2020. I don't know if it was the beginning, but it was during the pandemic. Everybody was having their own ordeal. Honestly, tell me if I'm wrong on my Arianators. I don't know if this is amongst the Arianators or just amongst the general public, but I feel like Positions wasn't liked in the first place. Like, I feel like people really didn't like Positions or kind of paid dust to it, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in a second, but let me tell y'all why I put Positions at number 6. Now, when I tell y'all, like I said, I was in a certain era in my life when Positions came out. When I tell y'all I streamed that album, I streamed that. I think I streamed Positions just as much as I streamed my other top contenders, which I will get to. Like, I streamed this album so much front to back, and I would stream. However, I only streamed that album in 2020, front to back. Now, that's not to say I haven't listened to some of the songs even after 2020, because I have, but like albums as a whole, y'all. Albums as a whole, that's what I'm ranking on. Albums as a whole. We can talk about songs in a different video, but albums in general, yeah. This album, to me, I think she could have been bigger if Ariana promoted this album more. Now, I don't know if this was during the time she was filming Wicked, so maybe she couldn't. I really don't know. The beginning of Wicked, I don't know. But she did not promote this album, and therefore I think that's why it kind of like fell to the wayside, and that's why people don't really care for Positions. Because I do think Positions is a slept on album. Absolutely. I think another reason that Positions didn't do as well as her other contenders was because it's a R&B-ana album. And I feel like a lot of people like Poppyana more. Me personally, y'all are gonna know which Ariana I like more as we continue. But yeah, Positions, I love Positions. She has that kind of sultry feel that honestly, she kind of reminded me of Sweetener in a sense. And it's funny because people were saying Positions was Sweetener's sister during that time, and I didn't understand it at the time until last week when I went and listened to every album top to bottom, and Positions definitely gives Sweetener vibes. It definitely gives Sweetener. It's a fun album. That's what it is. It's a fun album. It's not really serious. She doesn't take herself too seriously. Like, she's existent and she's fun, and I think that's what Sweetener was. I think Positions also, like, y'all don't beat me up for this. Please don't beat me up for this. Like, please have mercy on me. Take it easy on my heart. Like, Positions, except for Off the Table, Safety Net, and POV, those are the exception songs, but the lyrics in Positions are kind of not that deep. Which isn't a bad thing, and that's honestly an approach that I like because it's fun. Like, y'all could even argue like my songs that I put out now, and even Cypho has said this. Shout out to you, babes. Shout out to you. But even Cypho has said this with Down, which is my song, my second single from my new EP. So if y'all want to stream that, y'all can stream that too. But it's taking a more pop basic approach. It's taking a more like cute. Like, you don't have to read too much into Down or Frenzy. Y'all don't have to read that much into it. Like, it's not like, oh, let me analyze. It's like, you know, cute little lyrics. And that's what I think Positions is. Like, for the exception of Off the Table, POV, Safety Nets, that's what this album is, and maybe it did not appeal to the masses, especially because it came after Thank You Next. And we'll get into Thank You Next. We'll get into her very soon. That is why Positions is in 6th place, because of those reasonings. But please don't let it be known that Positions holds a special place in my heart and always will. I will always love Positions. She came at a very interesting time in my life, I will say that, and that's all I will say. So yeah, these are my top 3. Let me know in the comments below what y'all's top 3 is, and let's move on. The 5th album. We're entering top 5, so she made top 5. Like, she made top 5. Honestly though, top 5 is nothing special. Top 3 is what y'all really need to pay attention to. My opinion might change, honestly. No. See, when I did my second ranking, I feel like I was going off a vibe, because honestly, I'm gonna switch these two. Should I? No. I'm keeping them the same, and I will tell y'all the reasoning. Y'all, see, this is hard for me. Like, for real, y'all, I'm an Arianator down, so it's like hard for me to really do this, because it's like, to me, all her albums eat. All the albums eat, and I will say that proudly. However, I decided to do this ranking. This is what y'all wanted more. Oh, some of y'all said y'all wanted an Ice Spice commentary. So the Ice Spice commentary will be coming out too. I will be doing an Ice Spice commentary. I don't know when. So let me actually not make any promises, because I have so many things I have to do. But she will be coming soon. Ranking number 5. We have Miss Eternal Sunshine.
Stayed too. Now I wish I'd stayed. Wish I'd done a lot of things.
Now before y'all get out y'all pitchforks, before y'all get out y'all's machetes, I put Eternal Sunshine at number 5 because of this reason and this reasoning alone. And y'all might for real not like me after this. And if you haven't seen the Eternal Sunshine album reaction, go check that out. I have Eternal Sunshine. I have the Yes and reactions too, if y'all want to go check that out. Oh, I should start promoting my playlist. I have playlists, so y'all don't have to like look for it. It's just gonna be under my playlist and music video reaction. This Eternal Sunshine is on ranking 5 for me, not because she's a bad album or even a mid album. Eternal Sunshine always forever will be that album, period. Because I feel like Eternal Sunshine really allowed Ariana Grande to show us really what was going on in her life during her time and during her divorce. And I feel like dare I say, this was the most vulnerable I think I've ever heard Ariana be, next to Thank You Next and Sweetener, in my opinion. I feel like Eternal Sunshine really opened the gates for something different from Ariana. But let me tell you why I put it at number 5. Although she's all these things and more, I felt like she just is not stronger than the other contestants, other contenders. Eternal Sunshine is that girl, but I'm taking everything into consideration. Cohesiveness, lyricism, I'm pretty sure I just said that, vocal, aesthetic. I'm taking all of this into consideration, guys. And I just don't feel like she is a good album. Let's never deny. The lyrics eat, the vocals eat. However, I feel like there is stronger projects to me that I like more than Eternal Sunshine. And this was very hard for me because she just put the album out and I really loved this album, but I don't revisit the album as much, just to be honest with y'all. I think I'm gonna do red in the eyebrows because the girl's name is Red, and the movie is about red. It's not about red, but its aesthetic is red, so we're gonna just go with the red eyebrows. But yeah, y'all, it's not that I'm a hater of Eternal Sunshine or that I didn't even like it, because if y'all see my my album reaction, y'all will know I actually really enjoyed that album. I thought it was very sentimental, a little controversial, but it was very good. However, I just don't think she is up there with her sisters quite yet. I feel like I revisit more of these other albums than I do Eternal Sunshine. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to put her there. That is why Miss Eternal Sunshine is at ranking number 5. Moving on to placement number 4, we have Miss Sweetener.
What can we expect with the new music? The unexpected. I don't give a fuck, but I'm always being.
Now, I feel like this is not that bad of a ranking for Sweetener. As y'all saw in my previous ranking, Sweetener was way higher than this actually. But the reason I put her lower is because when I actually went to go listen to the album, I was like, wow, like she is not above, I'm sorry, she's not above Thank You Next. She's not above Thank You Next for me. And in my head, I always thought she was. I always thought, oh yeah, I'm a Sweetener girl down more than Thank You Next. And the reason I'm kind of like putting the two together, intertwined, is because Sweetener and Thank You Next are literally sisters. And not in the way they sound sonically, but just because they came out so close together. Like, they're basically twins. They're basically twins. But listening to Sweetener, it was an era. And I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I ranked it more towards the era and not towards the actual songs. Because here's the thing about it. There's a lot of girlies who sleep on Sweetener too, which is crazy because Sweetener, she's so many things and more. And this is why I was battling between if I wanted to switch Eternal Sunshine and Sweetener, because I think Eternal Sunshine was way more cohesive than Sweetener. Eternal Sunshine was way more cohesive than Sweetener. Like, if y'all go back and listen to Sweetener top to bottom, Sweetener has a lot of things going on. Sweetener has a lot of things going on. She's very Rihanna, and she puts me in the mind of Positions because she's fun. She's a fun album to listen to. She's a fun album to listen to. And here's the thing. Here's another similarity to Positions and Sweetener. They both have very interesting sounding beats. And that's what I think makes them so fun. And I think that's why people didn't really enjoy both of them, because of that reason. Because some people just don't like a cute Bapiana, and I think that's what Sweetener provided, honestly. And then she has some deep songs in there too, which I love. Like, she still kind of gave. Sweetener was that era, and I low-key want to do a deep dive, like not just album rankings but just eras. And I might do that in this video too, like a light deep dive into eras. Because if you think about it, starting from Yours Truly and My Everything, and then Dangerous Woman, and then Sweetener, Yours Truly, My Everything, and Dangerous Woman had totally different subjects than Sweetener. Sweetener, I think, was Ariana's first deep album. It was her first like shedding of skin, if that makes sense. Like, she really went in. Like, she showed us vulnerability. Like, No Tears Left to Cry, that was the single. No Tears Left to Cry was the single. Like, I don't think we've ever gotten that vulnerability from Miss Ariana Grande. Yeah, Sweetener is in the 4th position for me. I feel like that was a complete and utter change for Ariana. And I think that's why I liked it so much, was because we were really getting a deep dive into her. And then Sweetener was after the traumatic events that happened in Manchester when she was performing. So I feel like she really came back and gave us vulnerability that we didn't even deserve. She didn't have to do that, but the fact that she did, I commend her for that. And Sweetener is like her baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally like her baby. Like, she loves Sweetener, and you could tell. You could tell that's like probably one of her favorite eras, and it is one of my favorite eras as well. I feel like she really just stripped back and was like, this is me, this is what I'm going through, and this is how I feel. Like I said, like literally the single from Sweetener is No Tears Left to Cry. Like, she had been through so much, and Sweetener just is and will forever always be that girl. That's all I'll say on that. This is my top 3 tracks from Sweetener. Let me know y'all's top 3 tracks. So now, y'all, this video, I feel like it's just flying by. It's been 30 minutes, but it's flying by more than I thought it would. Moving on to my top 3. Ooh, this is spicy. Moving to my top 3 favorite Ariana Grande albums of all time. get into ranking number 3, we have Miss Yours Truly.
My album is finally out. It's on iTunes. It's called Yours Truly.
Now y'all might be shocked, like, oh my god, you put Yours Truly over Sweetener? You put Yours Truly over Positions? You put Yours Truly over Eternal Sunshine? Yes, I did. And let me tell you why. Yours Truly was the start of Ariana Grande's career. And when I tell you her debut album, the vocals, the range, the subject matter. He says she recorded Yours Truly when she was in either Victoria's, no, I think Sam McCat. So she has to be around 17, 18, 19. Singing like that, when I tell y'all the vocal ability, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, Yours Truly is top 3 majority reason because of the vocal. When I tell y'all I was blown away, I was like, oh, this is how we're singing. Literally the intro to Yours Truly is Honeymoon Avenue. Talk about an opener. And that was Ariana Grande's introduction into the music industry. Who is doing it like that? Who is doing it like that? When I tell y'all every song on that album this is why it's top 3. It checks off all my boxes. Lyricism, cohesiveness, aesthetic, vocal. She ate down. She ate down. Like, Yours Truly is that moment. And honestly, it is a big Yours Truly from Eternal Sunshine. She definitely strayed away from this sound and kind of revisited it in some of her other albums. However, this sound suited her so well during that time. Like, it suited her so well during that time. That is the best sound they could have chose for her. Because why? She sounded like a star. She already sounded like she was in the game. Because if you really think about it, when somebody first put out their first album, they're not at that stardom yet. They're not at star level yet. When Beyonce put out her first album, I mean, of course she was a star because she was a Destiny's Child, but just walk with me. She wasn't Beyonce yet. You know what I mean? Ariana Grande wasn't Ariana Grande yet, but listening to Yours Truly is like, oh, she cemented herself as a pop star, or just a star in general. Yeah, she really ate, honestly, especially with that being her debut album. Like, not every girly can pop out like that. Not every girly can do that. And she did. So for that, she's going to ranking number 3. These are my favorite songs of Yours Truly. Tell me what y'all's is in the comments below. Okay, moving on to my second spot rating. We have Miss Thank You Next. Thank You Next. When I tell y'all, Thank You Next was also an era for me. You will obviously will learn to know that there was a lot of eras that Ariana Grande put out that I was also in my own era, and Thank You Next was that girl. She was that girl for me. I was entering high school, if not already in high school. Yep, I was in middle school, but I was like about to enter into high school when Thank You Next came out, 2019, 9th grade. When I tell y'all, when that album came out, I streamed that album top to bottom. The only song I didn't like, literally there was no skips for me personally right now in my current age and current era. When I listened to that album, I was like, oh, this is why the girls are obsessed with Thank You Next. This is why the girls will and forever always want Thank You Next. because Thank You Next has that star quality that I was talking to y'all about. This album is so good. Where are all my Thank You Next stands? Like Thank You Next, I feel like no. I think Sweetener was when Ariana Grande really like reached a mass following. She already had a mass following, but like Sweetener was what really cemented her, like really had a lot of girls, you know, coming out the woodworks like, oh my god. But Thank You Next was also that girl too, that people were like, people weren't listening. There was a lot of people that were like, oh, 7 Rings, like I'm an Ariana Grande stan. 7 Rings, but okay. And 7 Rings is not even the best. I don't even think it's gonna make my top 3. When I tell y'all, Thank You Next was an era. Like, I'm talking literally the Thank You Next music video, iconic. That's what you call iconic. There's only a few people who can be an iconic person, and Thank You Next, the music video, Ariana Grande in a whole, but like we're talking about albums, is an iconic album. And that's why we always go back to it. I feel like the girls always want Ariana Grande to do something like Thank You Next. And honestly, selfishly, I kind of do too. Like, because listening to Thank You Next, I'm like, oh, she knows, well, she knew what she was doing. And it was only like, I think 5 months from Sweetener. So my girl was working. Like, subject matter in Thank You Next, it's just immaculate. Like Fake Smile, Ghostin', come on now. Thank You Next is a cultural reset. And yes, it was giving Black Yana. I know. But she ate it up. This is how you eat it up. Take notes. This is how you eat trap up. Because yes, Thank You Next is a trap album. To me, trap and pop down. No R&B on her. Trap and pop. And she will forever and always be that girl. Y'all don't understand. Y'all do not understand when I tell y'all. When I listened to that album, I was like, oh, T. Thank You Next. All bangers. All should have went platinum, diamond, triple. It should have exceeded the masses, and I'm pretty sure it did. I don't know why I'm saying it should have. It probably did. But every single song, should have went triple, double, platinum, diamond. Every song. No complaints from Miss Thank You Next. Literally, I can't think of one thing I didn't like about Thank You Next. Like, she ate. Like, I really genuinely believe she was in her prime. And I know she probably won't ever make an album like Thank You Next again. She probably won't, y'all. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but she probably won't, because I feel like that's not in the era she's in her life right now. She might, you know. But yeah, Thank You Next will always have a special place in my heart. That was just a time. Like, it was just a time that you had to be there. Like, all the music videos ate. Every single one. From Break Up With Your Girlfriend on Board, Thank You Next, 7 Rings. And y'all, I really wish I was able to go to that tour. If any of y'all went to the Sweetener World Tour, where she performed Sweetener and Thank You Next, please let me know how that was. I'm pretty sure it was legendary. I really, like, when I tell y'all, I watched Excuse Me on My Love You, the documentary thing. I sung my heart out. Literally. I really wish I would have been there. I could talk all day about Miss Thank You Next, but we are getting up there. We are getting up there in time. So moving on to my number one, as y'all have come to learn now that I've talked about every single album, I am a Dangerous Woman stan. You've heard it here, folks. You've heard it here first. I am a Dangerous Woman stan. Always and forever. I am a Dangerous Woman stan, and I will defend Dangerous Women to the end of time. I said there is no skips on Thank You Next, and I meant it. I meant it. When I tell you Dangerous Woman, not only is there no skips on Dangerous Woman, I could listen to every single song on Dangerous Woman back to back multiple times in a row. When I tell you sonically that album is just the best album, dare I say best album period. It should be on some type of best album list. Dangerous Woman not only eats sonically, that whole era, the bunny ears, it was also very iconic. Every single song, when I tell that girl that the vocal ability, when I tell y'all she was singing during that era. She was singing. When I tell y'all, Dangerous Woman is the album that made me start listening to Ariana Grande religiously again, because I had always been listening to Ariana Grande. I knew her from Victorious. I knew her from Santa Cat. I had always listened to Ariana Grande, but when I started growing up, I started listening to more alternative music. So I was very much Melanie Martinez, Halsey, 21 Pilots. Like, I was listening to those people. So I stopped really listening to Ariana Grande. Ooh, there's something in my eye. And then all of a sudden, I'm on some music app. I really don't remember. It's an old app. I'm pretty sure it doesn't even exist anymore. Google Music or something. I don't know. I was on there, and the song from Dangerous Woman starts playing, and my eyes and ears are open for the first time. Yes, I was in middle school. Yes, I was in 6th grade. I probably shouldn't have been listening to Dangerous Woman, but it was everything to me. And ever since that day, I've not stopped listening to Ariana Grande. So you could say I've always been listening to Ariana Grande, but you could say that I started being a stan when she put out Dangerous Woman. That's what you could say, actually. You could say I started being a stan of Ariana Grande, like a stan, like literally I would, sad to admit, but it's true, y'all. And I still do this, but more because I just like the style. The hair, this is what it was giving. Yeah, like this is what it was giving. It was always giving half up, half down. It was giving, everybody knew I was obsessed with Ariana Grande. Down. And that's why I'm telling y'all I can be critical of Ariana Grande, because I used to be like a very like crazy Arianator. That's how, like, I'm telling y'all, I love this woman. Like, literally, she could do no wrong in my eyes. Now I'm older and I see that just because you like somebody doesn't mean they cannot be critiqued. I see that now, but nobody could say anything about Ariana Grande. I loved that woman, and I still love her, but wrong is wrong. That is when I really fell in love with Miss Ariana Grande's work. Like, she was that girl to me. Like, the vocals ate down. I wouldn't not listen to nothing but Touch It. Literally Touch It. Oh my god. And when I tell you I was listening to that at my job, I almost started crying. I don't know what it was. The vocal arrangement, I don't know how that's her least favorite song. I really don't see how. Miss Girl, that song almost brought me to tears. Was I on my period? Yes. Did that matter? No. Because that song ascends me into a whole nother dimension. That song allows me to be in a different world. Do you understand? Do you understand? Every single and no, you cannot just listen to Dangerous Woman the regular. You need to listen to Dangerous Woman Deluxe. That's the only way you can stream Dangerous Woman. I was listening to it from YouTube and I was like, where is the rest of the album? Because when I tell y'all, this album for real, I have not stopped streaming since I started streaming it. Do you understand me? So from 2016 to 2024, I never stopped streaming the album. I didn't take any breaks. Dangerous Woman, Dangerous Woman, Dangerous Woman. 2016 Dangerous Woman, 2017 Dangerous Woman, 2018 Dangerous Woman, 2019 Dangerous Woman, 2020 Dangerous Woman. It's always give Dangerous Woman. Like, my Arianator is really showing. Your Arianator is showing. It's really showing because y'all, when I tell y'all, that's all I listen to. Specifically Touch It. The whole album, but Touch It was my song. Touch It was my song. When I sing that song, I sing that song, it does something for me that I cannot explain. It does something to me I cannot explain. Like, all the songs eat on that album, hence why it's at number 1. But I think she put crack in that song for real, because I could, like I said, I could listen to that song every day on a loop, an hour loop. Y'all be seeing those videos where it's like such and such song, hour loop. That's a song I could listen to forever and never get tired, for real. Like but yeah, y'all, Dangerous Woman is my number 1 spot, and I think it will always be, because listening to every single album, I was like, Dangerous Woman, she just did something in that album. Like, y'all want her to do another Thank You Next. I want her to do another Dangerous Woman. I need her to do another Dangerous Woman. Actually, it's not a want, it's a need. Arianators, let's get this message out. Dangerous Woman girls unite. Hashtag Dangerous Woman. Put hashtag Dangerous Woman in the comments below if you are a Dangerous Woman girl, because I am. I'm a Dangerous Woman girl down. Dangerous Woman Thank You Next down. And I realized that even the more when I went to go listen to all these albums. All the albums are great. Dangerous Woman. And as I was filming this, y'all, I forgot about Christmas and Chill. Christmas and Chill? Yep. Never sleep on Christmas and Chill. I love Christmas and Chill down. She is not in this album ranking because she's not an album. She's an EP. But, yeah. That has been my album ranking. Now, I know this video is about to be super long. So if you're still watching this, I love you so much. You are literally a trooper because you sticked here to the end. And we're not even done. There's more fun to go. I just want to talk about her eras and her evolution, because I feel like Ariana Grande really evolved with the times. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of girlies that can do that. I feel like a lot of girlies, no tea or shade, make bodies of work that sound the same consecutively through years. And I'm trying to figure out personally, like, where's the change, babes? Where's the change? Because the things sound the same. Like, imagine if Ariana Grande put out Yours Truly in 2013 and still had the same exact sound in 2024. Like, I don't think it works like that, babes. And I'm glad that she decided to change with the times. I will say, during her evolution, Ariana Grande she was a very heavily, to me, R&B. Like, I feel like, if that's the right genre am I putting her in, like, very like early 90s, right? Like 90s, early 2000s. I don't know, I wasn't born during that time. I wasn't born in the 90s, so I don't know. But she had this different type of sound that was not pop. It was not pop. It was something completely different. Like, take Baby I right there, Loving It the Way. Like, those songs were very, like, you know, like, they weren't pop. I think when we move into My Everything, that's when it's like truly giving pop. not truly all the way, because we still have songs like Be My Baby, Break Your Heart Right Back. So like those songs could easily slip into Yours Truly. But I think during Dangerous Woman era, she still wasn't strictly pop. I think she kind of like leaned more. Dangerous Woman is a pop and trap album as well. It's very pop and trap, more trap to me. But she still has a bit of that R&B soulful type feel in songs like Let Me Love You. Sometimes. Y'all sleep on Sometimes. Y'all probably don't even know what Sometimes is. And let me also say, y'all slept, and I'm not saying y'all as an Arianator, I'm just saying in the general public, y'all slept on Jason's song. That's what it's called. Jason's song. Y'all slept on Jason's song. When I tell y'all, I don't even know if I knew Jason's. No, I did. Jason's song. Like, come on now. Anyway, yeah, like her evolution is insane. Like, she jumped from Yours Truly, My Everything, which Yours Truly and My Everything kind of like in my head go together. I don't know why. I think it's because of the album covers. And we could also talk about that too, the album covers. Like, it kind of like, she even evolved with that, because My Everything and Yours Truly have such similar vibes, may I say, to album covers. And then you go to Dangerous Woman and she's freaking wearing a bunny mask, and she's fully come into her womanhood. Yours Truly and My Everything, like, she was still kind of like cutesy and like still viewed as like a little more youthful, but I think Dangerous Woman really perpetuated this like baddie era that she continued to stay in through Sweetener, with God Is a Woman, and Thank You Next. Like, she stayed in that like I'm That Girl. And then Positions, of course, Positions, I'm sorry, let's not leave Positions out. But yeah, like, she really evolved with her sound. And that's something that I can appreciate with Ariana Grande, because honestly, personally for me, when I hear an artist kind of have the same sound, it makes me kind of not want to listen to them. I hope that's not like controversial, but I like hearing new things, and that's what I want to do with my music. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, like every era is the same, but I also have to realize like cohesiveness exists. Like, I can't just have one pop song, another R&B song, a country song. Not saying I would do country, but I'm just saying, like, I choose, you know what, I'm getting into myself, but really this is more of a conversation for the Q&A, so I'm gonna leave that for the Q&A. But anyways, I like when an artist can just kind of play with sounds in different eras. Like, they're eras for a reason, you know what I mean? Like, some people have albums, and I'm not trying to target nobody specifically, so please don't be like, oh my god, you're trying to target. I'm not trying to target nobody specifically. I'm just saying some artists do this where every album sounds like the previous album you just put out. I'm not saying you can't have similarities, because you as an artist, you have your niche, you know what I mean? Every artist will have their niche, but expand on that niche, you know what I'm saying? Expand on that sound. And a good perfect example of this is Melanie Martinez. Melanie Martinez has a specific aesthetic that she has kept strong to, but in different ways. Like, Crybaby, K through 12, and Positions are three totally different albums. But it's still Melanie. If you heard a beat right now, you would be like, oh, that sounds like Melanie. You know? Like, if you heard some toy sounds or something, you'd be like, Melanie. But she's not boring. Like, she's not giving us the same thing. She's expanded her sound. And I think that's exactly what Ariana has continued to do. Every era sounds different to me. No era has sounded the same. Has there been similarities? Yes. But is it the same album each and every time? No. And that's what I can appreciate about her. She's definitely evolved. Like, when I was listening to even the way she sings and the way she pronunciates things, like, everything has changed for the better. Yeah, I definitely like, personally, Thank You Next sound and Dangerous Woman sound vocally are my favorites. Like, and Yours Truly, like, those are my favorite types of vocals that she has, but I love them all. what can I say? I love them all. So that has been my album ranking, y'all. The Arianator just jumped out. Hope y'all weren't scared. But that was my Ariana Grande album ranking. Let me know y'all's favorite albums in the comments below. I would love to see y'all's favorite albums, favorite songs, anything. Let me know in the comments below if you agree, disagree. Let me know what else y'all want to see from me. I have a lot of stuff up my sleeve. I have a lot of goodies up my sleeve, so please stay tuned. Let me know if y'all want me to do album rankings to any other albums. Even if I haven't listened to the albums, I will listen to the albums for y'all. I will listen to the albums for y'all just to do another album ranking. Also, if y'all want to see the finished look, because honestly I didn't finish, y'all can watch my Descendants 4 review. That will be coming out very shortly after this, probably the same day. I don't know, but it will be coming out soon. Like always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one.